he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. So say, oh my.
That wasn't very nice.
It is arguable that creator Charlie Brooker's episodic anthology series Black Mirror is one of the scariest shows on TV. Not because it relies on zombie attacks or murderous clowns, but because it shows just how easily phones, computers, and other advancing technologies that we are increasingly dependent on can be used against us if we're not paying close enough attention. Now, the fact that all of these episodes are available to be played on Netflix, the innovative streaming giant known for obsessively monitoring our usage without really sharing what they find, should not be overlooked, LOL. And Rotten Tomatoes has crunched the numbers to rank the best Black Mirror episodes.
Don't you dare.
No, we can talk tomorrow, just please stop.
Don't you dare. Not enough.
We've updated the list to reflect the current tomato meter score. However, it's worth noting that early episodes have scores of 100% on fewer than 20 reviews, while most recent episodes may not have perfect scores, but they have more reviews. In case of ties, those titles with more reviews ranked higher with the average rating taken into account, where episodes had the same score and number of reviews. Now, with all of that out of the way, this is your spoiler warning for pretty much all of Black Mirror, because we're counting down the best Black Mirror episodes ever. With number 10, Season 2, White Bear. Similar to the twist at the end of White Christmas, this Season 2 episode explores the way technology can be used to enforce punishment. It stars Lenora Critchlow as a woman who wakes up with amnesia in a strange home, where TV screens blast an unknown image, and she finds a picture of herself with a man she doesn't recognize and of a small girl. But this is not a sympathetic story of a family's attempt to reunite. Instead, we learn that Critchlow's character is named Victoria, and she was an enabler in an act so terrible that she has been sentenced to relive her own kind of torture every day for the amusement of strangers who hate her. Starring Lenora Critchlow, Michael Smiley, Tupence Middleton, and directed by Carl Tibbets. Critics say White Bear makes up for its blunt social criticism with its intense scare factor and final twist. Number 9, Season 1, The Entire History of You. Several of Black Mirror's episodes deal with technology's role in, for better or worse, aiding romantic relationships. Now, this episode offers a dark turn on something so many of us have seen before: the obsessive need to learn about your paramour's past relationships to the point where you no longer trust that person, causing the relationship to self-destruct. Toby Kebbell stars as a guy so obsessed with seeing imperfections that he has a device planted behind his ear that lets him redo various moments of his life. Naturally, this backfires when he sees his girlfriend chatting up her ex at a party. Also, a fun bit of trivia: this is the only episode to date that does not carry Brooker's byline in some capacity. It was actually written by Succession creator Jesse Armstrong, starring Toby Kebbell, Jodie Whittaker, Tom Cullen, and directed by Brian Welsh. Critics say, examining how technology amplifies human characteristics, the emotional punch of The Entire History of You comes from positing that we don't need futuristic technology to ruin a relationship. We can do it all by ourselves.
No, I'm a serial monogamist. I'm staying faithful to my cornflakes right now.
No?
No.
I don't know.
You do?
Hey.
Morning.
What's this?
I'm just getting Gina's opinion on something.
No, I'm a serial monogamist. I'm staying faithful to my cornflakes right now.
I was just wondering, because You found it funny, but it clearly isn't, and Gina agrees.
I don't really want to get involved.
Gina, let me get you a cab.
My dad's on his
Just
desk.
one other thing. We both want him to come back, but who wants him to come back more? In your opinion, off the top of your head, who wants him to come back more?
Okay, well, bye.
Yeah, bye. Wow, it's early. It's early to call it a night.
Well, I just fancy a quick run down the pub.
Oh, you got to get back. Rescue Jodie from the paedophile babysitter.
That's a joke.
Yeah.
Number 8, 2014 Christmas special, White Christmas. A perfect holiday special for anyone needing a break from being locked in the house with their relatives. This episode also explores themes seen in the second season episode White Bear. Rafe Spall and John Hamm star as two guys stuck in a cabin for past transgressions. But whose crime is worse? Who stands to benefit when the other spills? And how long have they been in this cabin again? Starring John Hamm, Rafe Spall, Una Chaplin, and directed by Carl Tibbets. Critics say this Yuletide nightmare gifts Black Mirror fans with a bleak mind twister of an episode and a stocking stuffer of existential dread.
Sorry, who are you?
Stall until I find something.
Pretty sure I'm me. Just, you're not from the office. Who do you know from here?
Say, I know you, friendly.
I know you for one.
Dawson.
Dawson, isn't it?
You met at Kath's barbecue.
Yeah, we met at Cass Barbecue back in
June
or so, yeah?
You had a pork pie hat.
You had a poor guy's hat.
A pork pie hat.
A pork pie hat that you wore on your head.
He'll pretend he remembers, even though you won't actually know if he does.
Right. Yeah? Yeah.
Number 7, Season 2, Be Right Back. One of a handful of Black Mirror episodes to discuss technology's role in alleviating loss, this episode stars Haley Atwell as Martha, a young woman who uses AI tools as a coping mechanism for getting over a boyfriend who perished in a car accident. Now, because your tweets don't die just because you do, she utilizes his social media interactions to recreate him in android form. It does not go well for Martha, but it does posit the question of whether the bereaved can ever have closure if we still see our beloved's images and data in our phones or receive annual bombardments of their birthdays on Facebook. Starring Haley Atwell, Domhnall Gleeson, Claire Keelan, and directed by Owen Harris. Critics say Be Right Back tones down Black Mirror's typically dark humor, but its examination of grief in the age of social media makes it an exceptionally powerful episode.
So you do want me to go?
Just get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! You're not enough of him! You are nothing! You're nothing! Fight me!
I don't do that.
Fight me! Hit me! Hit me! Hit me! Come on! Why are you just standing there taking this? How can you take this?
Did I ever hit you?
No, of course you didn't, but you might have done if I'd done this. This. I don't know, maybe you would have. But you wouldn't, would you? You would.
I could insult you.
What?
There's tons of invective in the archive. I like speaking my mind. I could throw some of that at you.
Get out of this house.
Number 6, Season 3, San Junipero. A stunning work of production, costume design, and music supervision, as it is storytelling. This third season episode follows the building romance between Gugu Mbatha-Raw's Kelly and Mackenzie Davis's Yorkie through several decade-specific fashions and nightclubs. Along the way, we get lessons on everything, from aging to the jeopardized rights of both members of the LGBTQ community and persons with disabilities. It also makes us wonder if there's a chance that someone who had a pretty crummy life has a chance at finding love and peace after it's over? Or, as singer Belinda Carlisle reminds us at the end, is heaven a place on earth? Starring Gugu Mbatha-Raw, Mackenzie Davis, Denise Burse, and directed by Owen Harris. Critics say Black Mirror delivers an uncharacteristically uplifting and enjoyable ending in San Junipero, an especially bright and sweetly surprising episode that benefits greatly from its vibrant lead performances.
I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna jump.
I know. I'm sorry. Whatever. It's. In the time I've been here, I said I wouldn't. I don't know. Do feelings. You freaked me out.
I don't want to lie to anyone.
So you've been just totally f***ing inconvenient. Is that... I don't know how long there is. And I can't. I wasn't prepared for you, for wanting something so...
Number 5, Season 4, Hang the DJ. Just when you think online dating couldn't get any more awkward and uncomfortable, there's this Season 4 episode. Set in a world where an algorithm will handle the messy work of finding you a mate and enforce exactly how long you have to cohabitate with that person, it stars Broadchurch's Georgina Campbell and Peaky Blinders' Joe Cole as star-crossed lovers who must learn to listen to their hearts instead of the programmer's commands. Now, it's also one of the few Black Mirror episodes that comes with a truly happy ending, as the couple make like Butch and Sundance to buck the system and stay together. Starring Georgina Campbell, Joe Cole, George Blagden, and directed by Tim Van Patten. Critics say surprisingly sweet and satisfyingly slight, Hang the DJ adds a welcome dose of optimism to the Black Mirror canon.
Hi. Hi.
Right.
Was that your...
Yeah. Mix it up.
Oh, yeah. Huh. You okay? No, you're not being serious. Oh my god. Okay, this is happening. Okay, just.
Oh, thanks. You look well.
Thanks. I'd return the compliment, but you've just spat food on my shoe. So.
To be fair, it's a revolting shoot. So.
Oh, all the better to kick you with. Oh, is that really hard?
Ouch.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Number 4, Season 3, Nosedive. Do you enjoy that euphoric rush of someone liking, commenting on, or retweeting your pictures or commentary? Then you might need to do a nosedive into your own priorities after watching this episode, which enjoys a byline from Michael Schur and Rashida Jones, and is based on a story by creator Brooker. Bryce Dallas Howard stars as Lacey, an eager-to-please office dweller who is desperate to be popular. Now, part of the reason for this is that social media has made it so that she can still keep tabs on her childhood best friend, whose life is full of hashtag goals. It's also because Lacey's not alone, and this world seems to monetize hers and others' lust for perfection, making these digital interactions a form of currency. Things go awry, and let's just say that Howard may not get as many wedding invites as she used to. Starring Bryce Dallas Howard, Alice Eve, James Norton, and directed by Joe Wright. Critics say behind her pink and perky facade, Lacey becomes obsessed with social media status in Nosedive, an episode that demonstrates the dangers of society's need for approval, but does so with a perfect dose of humor.
And that's one brush sweep. You want a cookie with that? It's on the house.
Sounds awesome. See you tomorrow, JJ.
See you, Lacey.
Oh, saw your boy in the fire hat just now. So cute.
Yeah, he's really something.
Number 3, Season 4, USS Callister. A winner of 5 Emmy Awards, this episode should make us wonder how many of the TV Academy's voters secretly hate their coworkers. By day, Jesse Plemons as Robert Daly is a mild-mannered programming ace who co-founded a popular multiplayer game. He also has a habit of taking his work home with him, stealing the DNA of coworkers and employees who routinely ridicule him or don't realize they're the objects of his attraction, and uploading digital copies of them to his own private Star Trek-like universe. Make sure you stay to the end to spot the voice of a surprise guest star. Starring Jesse Plemons, Kristen Milioti, Jimmy Simpson, and directed by Toby Haynes. Critics say a masterful blend of science fiction and horror that explores the consequences of fantasy run amok. USS Callister is as topical as it is terrifying.
Valdak. That can't be.
My data scan indicates a heavily armored Gorgon dreadnought, vessel ID number 9864321.
Thank you, Dudani. Valdak must have hijacked it from the Fermi hub and tracked our position. Alaska shield status?
Shields 100%.
Helmsman Packer.
Captain.
Prime rear thrusters.
Rear thrusters prime.
If that's Valdak, he'll rip us to shreds. Captain, we have to surrender. There's no other way.
Let's not lose our heads, Lieutenant Walton.
Shields at 68%.
Heavy damage reported deck 6 through 10.
Fires in Med Center and major rupture of Chicago Bay Alpha.
We've got no choice, Captain.
Do you want me to open comms with Valdak's craft, Captain?
Negative.
Shields at 54%.
There's no way out.
Captain, please.
Not now, Walton. Helmsman Packer, take us into that asteroid gas cluster.
Into the cluster? That's suicide, sir.
It is our only chance.
Number 2, Season 1, 15 Million Merits. A sort of Hunger Games meets environmental disaster story, the show's second episode highlights one of its most popular themes, our society's addiction to fame. Here, we have a world where humans must pedal exercise bikes in order to both power their surroundings and earn merits or payments. Ways out include inheritance and participating on a reality competition show. The episode also showcases Black Mirror's uncanny ability to cast actors just as they're on the verge of hitting the mainstream. Starring Daniel Kaluuya, Jessica Brown Finley, Rupert Everett, and directed by Euros Lynn. Critics say, combining the worst aspects of reality shows, talent competitions, and a hunger for fame, 15 Million Merits effectively shows how anything, even our humanity, could be readily exploited. Before we reveal number 1, here are some honorable mentions. Season 3, Playtest. Another example of this show's casting department's ability to grab talent just when they become a big deal. We're talking to you, Lodge 49's Wyatt Russell. This story is a reminder that the products that you use safely now may not have started that way. In an allegory to those who are down on their luck and willing to sign up for drug trials, Russell's Cooper is a broke American stranded in London who agrees to be a guinea pig for a secretive video game project in exchange for a plane ticket home. Let's just say he's not gonna make that flight. Starring Wyatt Russell, Hannah John Kamen, Wunmi Masaku, and directed by Dan Trachtenberg. Critics say in Playtest, the psychologically horrifying world of virtual reality is nicely counterbalanced by the sheer likability of this episode's protagonist, played by the charismatic Wyatt Russell.
Well done.
That was it?
See, I told you I'm good. No, don't worry, it's not permanent.
Okay.
What is this, like some kind of like a memory test or something like that?
You'll find out.
Oh, okay.
You might feel a slight twinge as it initializes.
Oh, okay.
Commencing at 5:38. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Nearly there.
Mom! 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 Mom!
Season 3, Hated in the Nation. Season 3 of Black Mirror closes out with a movie that serves as a cautionary reminder that cyberbullying and death threats hurt everyone. It stars with various public figures, all of whom have recently provoked the public enough for the masses to call for their demise, actually do end up dead in bizarre ways. That's when Detective Chief Inspector Karen Park and her team are brought in to investigate. But those who called for their grisly end must suffer their own consequences when swarms of robotic insects turn on them. So be careful what you say on the internet, kids. Starring Kelly MacDonald, Faye Marsay, Benedict Wong, and directed by James Hawes. Critics say Hated in the Nation concludes Black Mirror's third season on a strong note, effectively conveying the sometimes fatal consequences of online hate through a narrative that is morally complex and cinematically invigorating.
We need to go now. Now, come on. Go, 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 go. What's happening?
Season 4, Archangel. This fourth season episode, which is conveniently directed by former child star Jodie Foster, plays on the idea that pretty much every parent has thought but never really had the capacity to enact. Instead of worrying about what happens when your child has access to technology, how can parents harness its powers to protect their offspring? Rosemary Dewitt stars as Mary Sambrell, an overprotective single mom who embeds a neutral implant in her daughter, Sarah's brain, that allows her to see her whereabouts and protect her from dangerous images. And while this works fine when Sarah's a child, young enough to be scared of the neighbor's dog, what happens when she's a teenager, making the same mistakes that Marie and her friends probably also made? The short answer, disaster. Starring Rosemary Dewitt, Brenna Harding, Owen Teague, and directed by Jodie Foster. Critics say, though a bit too on the nose, Archangel brings balance to Black Mirror's typically frenetic episodes with a calm, contemplative, and compelling installment.
Hi, can I help? I'm just looking. Ma'am? Excuse me. Are you Ryan Trebecki? You stay away from my daughter.
I don't know what...
Sarah, you know exactly what I am talking about. You stay away.
Okay, she's...
She's 15, you junky piece of shit. You want the cops in on this?
I didn't do anything.
I will show them what you did. Okay, you stay away from her or I will show them this, okay?
You still got that system?
Yes, I have it. So whatever she sees, I see, and I am watching you.
Okay.
So you stay away, okay? If she calls you, you hang up. If she comes to see you, you tell her to get away. You just stay away from her, okay?
Away.
You stay the away.
And finally, number 1, Season 1, the National Anthem. The first ever episode of Black Mirror lives in infamy for 2 reasons in particular. The first is that its plot, a prime minister has to do the unthinkable in the name of saving his country's kidnapped princess, prepares audiences for the show's macabre humor as it pokes fun at privacy, political corruptness, and our obsession with technology. The second is that it became a footnote in a real-life political scandal a few years later involving then Prime Minister David Cameron. Starring Anna Wilson-Jones, Donald Sumter, Rory Kinnear and directed by Otto Bathurst. Critics say this inaugural tale of political machinations and elite perversions work as a scalding satire and a nightmare of burgeoning technology gone awry, making it a perfect sampler for viewers seeking to step through the looking glass.
This is a joke, right? Ha ha, Mike, ho ho. It's real. She said pig. Sex with a pig. They want me to have sex with a pig.
Live on television this afternoon.
But what? Who?
We're checking with our embedded operatives, compiling a list of suspects as we speak.
Meanwhile, the demand has been made, and there's not long to formulate our response.
I'm not a pig. Page 1, that's not happening.
Of course.
And friends, that about does it for us. Be sure to stay tuned to the Rotten Tomatoes channel for more of the entertainment content you love, and for even more news, scores, and recommendations on the latest TV shows and movies, go to RottenTomatoes.com. Until next time, I'm your host Naz Perez, and we'll see you back here for more Top 10s on the Rotten Tomatoes Countdown.